Do dogs cause autism? How to sell a scientific rumor. RFK Jr. CDC just updated their website to say studies have not ruled out the possibility the vaccines cause autism. On the surface, this may sound like they're just being open-minded and want to consider all the possibilities. When you look at what's actually playing out, you see that it is a rumor that's designed to never die. To illustrate how easy it is to, one, create a scientific rumor, and number two, conveniently find excuses to refuse to change your mind when people actually study the question, we're going to dig into the question that everyone's been ignoring. Do dogs cause autism? First, some facts for you. Dog ownership has increased substantially over the last 2 decades, as has autism incidence. But cats haven't increased at the same rate. Is it really dogs that are driving this trend? We also know that early exposure to pets significantly impacts the baby's microbiome. And we know that the microbiome influences neurological development through the gut-brain axis. In fact, studies have shown that kids with autism have distinct microbiomes compared to kids who don't. And we know that dogs influence kids' microbiomes. We also know that dogs expose kids to thousands of antigens per day, far more than any vaccine. And let's face it, do we really know what's in dogs? This one just ate a frog. Who knows what's inside of it? At this point, we could actually replace the word dog with vaccine on RFK's new CDC website, and it would technically be accurate. The claim dogs do not cause autism is not an evidence-based claim because studies have not ruled out the possibility that dogs cause autism. We could say that about literally anything because this is misrepresenting how science works. Science doesn't set out to disprove every possibility. Instead, it looks at reasonable hypotheses, decides which ones are worth investigating, investigates them, and then learns based on the evidence. And we've already gone through this process for vaccines and autism. Over the last 3 decades, there has been study after study after study, collectively looking at millions of children, investigating if there's any link between different vaccines, different vaccine ingredients, and autism. And the consistent answer has been no. Kids who get vaccines are not more likely to develop autism compared to kids who don't get vaccinated. If you ask the question, do the studies, and get an answer, that's science. If you ask the question, do the study, get an answer, ignore the answer, demand a slightly different study, see that study, ignore that answer, and ask for yet another study and another study and another study, that's not science, that's dogma masquerading as just asking questions. Okay, but you may say, well, why don't we just do one more study? Or why don't we just do a couple more studies? The answer is that we've been doing that for 3 decades now. Their track record suggests that even if we do more studies, if it doesn't give them the answer they want, they're probably just going to reject it, move the goalposts again, and demand yet another study. In conclusion, number 1, dogs don't cause autism. They're great. Number 2, the link between vaccines and autism has been extensively studied, and the high-quality studies consistently show the same thing. Kids who get vaccinated are no more likely to develop autism than kids who don't. Did you eat a frog? Did you eat a frog? What's inside you?